Good morning, grade 7 student. I am Antonio Jacob Jr., your mathematics teacher. I made a video lesson for you which is entitled Using Appropriate Graphs to Represent Organized Data, such as pie chart, bar graph, the line graph, and the histogram. But before we continue to our video lesson, let's have first an opening prayer.
Please bow your heads and let us pray. Dear Jesus, please show me how to spend this day sharing your love in every way. Help me to be kind to everyone, to play and laugh and have lots of fun, shining your light and giving your grace, sharing your joy with a smile on my face. Amen.
And now I'm back, your math teacher, Sir Jacob, and we will now continue our video lesson. This video lesson will help you to learn about the concept on how to use appropriate graphs to represent organized data, such as pie chart, bar graph, line graph, and histogram. At the end of this video lesson, you are expected to describe and illustrate kinds of graphs such as pie chart, bar graph, line graph, and histogram. You are expected to use the appropriate graphs to represent organized data. And last thing is to solve word problem using different kinds of graphs. By the way, if we say graph, what is the meaning of graph? So, graph by its definition says it is a pictorial representation of a diagram that represents the values in an organized manner. The points on the graph often represent the relationship between two or more things. So meaning, we are representing visually the relationship of two or more things. So you should remember that. So that will be the meaning of graphs. By using graph, there are different kinds of graphs. So first we have the pie chart, the bar graph, the line graph, and the histogram. So we will first discuss the pie chart on how to interpret data and how to draw a pie chart. Okay? Since this is a graphical representation. So how do we represent and draw manually? Okay? Is that clear, students? Okay, very good. And now, we will now start about pie chart. So, this is the illustration of a pie chart, example of a pie chart. So we have a circle. Then this circle, during our geometry on last grading, last quarter, we learned how to plot a let's say angles by using protractor. Okay, so we know that circle has a 360 degree angle. And now, so let's say we have a problem here. We have 5 employees. They are apple picker. So they pick apples. Their name are Christine, Lovie, Anton, Johnny, and Francine. They have their data of the apples they pick up, okay, from the tree. So if we say Christine got 30 apples, Lovely got 7 apples, Anton have 25 apples, Johnny has 16 apples, and Francine has 12 apples. So how do we show the graphical illustration? By using the pie chart. So as we say earlier, we will use angles, no, in this circle. So we have a total of 360 degree angle of this circle. So apple picked by each employee by the use of angles so that we can partition the circle. Okay? So first, how to do it? We should sum up the apple picked by all employees. So let's add all together 30 plus 7 plus 25 plus 16 and plus 12. So we get 90 total of all apples employees pick. Okay? Then, if we got the total, remember, we have 360 degrees on that circle. So just simply divide it to the total apples. So 360 divided by 90. So we got 4 degrees of each apples. So we have 4 degrees of each apples. Okay. So then, how to get now each employee the angle of that data? We have the value 4 degree per angle. So multiplied it to 30 apples. So we get 120 degrees. So that 120 degrees will be the partition of Christina on this pie chart. Okay? You get it? We go now to Lovey. So Lovey got 7 apples. So just simply multiplied 7 to 4 degree. So we get 28 degrees. And 28 degrees is the partition of Lovey on that pie chart. Then for Anton, he got 25 apples. So just multiply it to 4 degree, we get 100 degree partition. Same thing with Johnny, he got 16 apples. So multiply it by 4. So he have 64 degree partition on that pie chart. Then Francine got 12 apples, then multiplied it to 4 degrees. He got 48 degree partition on that pie chart. And now, since we got all these degree angles of each partition of each employee, to check, we would sum it up. So we should get 360 degrees all in all. We should now plot those angles on this whole circle. To do it, you need a protractor. So first, we should draw vertical lines to from center to each side of the circle. After drawing a vertical angle, or you can also use a horizontal line. So this represent as your reference line. You plot the protractor on here, then just look where is 120 degrees. Okay, then draw the angle for Christine. Then next is for Lobby. We have 28 degree angle. So this side now is your reference side. Then just plot 28 degree angle. And to Anton, do as same, no? Do the same thing. So just plot the protractor and look for 100 degree and then draw the line. Then for Johnny, we have 64 degree and draw the line. Okay, for Francine, we have 48 degrees, plot it in a protractor. Of course, for Francine, so the remaining partition now is for Francine, and that should be 48 degrees angle. So now we will now name those partition. For Christine, we have 30 apples. For Lobby, we have 7 apples. For Anton, we have 25 apples. And we have for Johnny has 16 apples. And for Francine has 12 apples. So that's the illustration of our pie chart with regards to those given datas. Okay? Do you understand? Okay, very good. If you don't understand, you just review the video lesson and repeat it then until you perfect it. Just practice. Okay? So that's it. And now, we will now go to the second kinds of graphs. The bar graph has two types. We have the horizontal bar graph and we have the vertical bar graph. So we will focus on vertical bar graph. So we have an example here. Our example to represent and to draw bar graph is the enrollees of the Julian Zumbillo in 2020. So this is just an example just for the sake of our discussion, no? This is not the exact value of our enrollee. So first, our data has the grade level. We have grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. And this column, we have the number of enrollee. We have, in grade 7, we have 40 students. In grade 8, we have 55 students. In grade 9, we have 60 students. And in grade 10, we have 45 students. So just an example, okay? So how to represent that data in a graph? So first, we will draw an L line. So here, vertical and horizontal. No? So in this vertical, this value are represented by a numbers, okay? These are the total enrollees. So by 10, okay? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. But it can be by 1s, by 2s, by 3s, by 4, by 5. It's up to you. So we have here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Then, okay, up to 70 since we have no greater than 70 in our data. So in horizontal, we have this grade level, no? Or the given item. So we have grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10. So remember, in the vertical line, we have the given value, and in horizontal line, we have the given item. So we just simply draw bars, okay, to represent the graphical representation of the data. So we say grade 7 has 40 students. So just put with the level of 40 on the vertical with respect to the horizontal grade 7 and then draw a bar there. Then in grade 8, same thing in grade 8. So we have 55. So we just align it to 55 to the value. You notice that there is no 5s, no, by 50. It is by 10s. So after 40, we get 50. So if we say 55, just estimate in the middle of between 50 to 60. It should be 55. And we have grade 9, 60 students. Then grade 10, we have 45, same thing. Between 40 and 50, in the middle is 45. So as you notice, bar graph is easier to do, to draw and represent data compared to pie chart. But this enrollee, it is more appropriate to use a bar graph than a pie chart. Okay, thank you. So that's it. And now we should go to line graph. So line graph and bar graph is almost the same. In this problem, like the enrollees, you can also use line graph. But there are certain problems that it are more appropriate to use line graph than a bar graph. We have here an example, a problem that is more appropriate to use line graph. And I will show you how. Like for example, here the COVID-19 infected, no? So if we have data to show, for example, how many infected people in the Philippines from January to December. So that is our problem, and we should present it with a line graph. So first, just like the bar graph, we first draw a vertical line and horizontal line. So the vertical line represents the value of the infected people, no? So we can use it by hundreds. Or you can, as I've said a while ago, you can use what figure you want, by hundreds, by thousands, by 500s, or it depends upon your design, no? But for our example, I used by 100. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and 800 values represent as the infected people in COVID-19. And horizontal line, you will plot here the months wherein when was the people infected. So from January, right down January, then February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November to till December. Example here, we have a data. For January, we have infected a total of 100 people. February, we have 300, 200, 800, 600. On June, we have 900. In July, 300, and up to December. So this data has its own value per month. So all we have to do, just draw a dot with respective to the value COVID-19 infected people. So in January, we have 100. Just look for the coordinate, no? We have the dot here. Okay? Then on February, just look for the 300. Align it to February. Put a dot on here. Same thing with March. Just align to the March and look for the value of March. We have 200. Same with April. The value of April is 800. Just put a dot. Then May. Go to May. Then look for the value it is 600. Just put a dot. Then, and so on. Then up to December. Okay? So, if we finish plotting the dots of each coordinate, we should now draw a line. Connect those dots. So, by connecting that dots, we can draw a line. So, that line interprets how the infected people progress per month. As you can see, there is a fluctuating value. So either going up or going down. So meaning, every month has a changes. Okay? You can easily interpret by saying that the infected people by COVID-19 is fluctuating for each month. Those in the line of medical field, they can easily interpret those data by using line graph. And now, we will now go to the last kind of graphs, which is the histogram. So the histogram looks like bar graph. The only difference is the bar graph has a gaps of each item given with respect to its value. But the histogram has no gaps. It means it is continuously, no, the value is continuation, okay, with the next value, with that previous value. So that is the histogram. That is why it said histogram, because it is just like history, no, representing the historical value of that particular data. Okay? Did you understand, class? Okay, very good. So if not, you just replay the video and master it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, this time, you may now answer your activity. Please read the directions. You may answer the assessment. Write your answer on your answer sheet. And after the assessment, you may now answer the given problem.
Once again, thank you very much for having time watching our video lesson. Again, thank you and bye-bye. So see you next time. Bye-bye.